Okay, so welcome everybody. I'm really glad you're here. This topic today is photo manager in training or professional photo manager, which is best for you. And cover also the topics that we mentioned in the email for why you probably signed up. But we have two ways that you can become a member of the photo managers. You can either join as a professional because you know you want to start a business, or we have a new level that we started in January that's been quite popular, and we've had over 100 and maybe 25 people, I think, now join that. It's called Photo Managers in Training. And it's so I'll go through both of these for you in depth and then have plenty of time for Q&A. Go ahead and drop them in the chat. Isabel is here to answer things quickly, but we'll definitely leave time for Q&A. And the reason we started the photo management training is we used to get these questions all the time. How can I start a business organizing someone else's photos when my own photos aren't organized? And there's kind of a joke about that. You know, the shoemaker has no shoes would be a not unusual statement to make, but or people would say, I joined the photo managers because I thought they would train me how to get my own photos, but I got overwhelmed by all the training and conversation, and it's more complex than I thought. Or I don't really even understand what a photo manager does. How do I learn if it's right for me? Or we also got questions like, I just want to get my own photos organized and I want to have people that do it with me. So that's what made us start what we call the photo manager in training. And it's the goal of that is to help you get your own photos or your family and friends' photos organized while deciding if you even want to turn your skills into a career. So that's one option that we have. Before I go any further into that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Cathi Nelson. I'm the CEO and founder of the Photo Managers. I'm also the author of two books, Photo Organizing Made Easy, Going from Overwhelmed to Overjoyed, and a business roadmap for professional photo organizers, everything you need to know how to start a business, which I co-wrote with Jill Yesko, who's a great member of ours and very successful. So before we really jump in further into this, I want to root us in the why this is so important. Why is there such a need for professional photo managers? Why would you even consider organizing your own photos or videos, right? I often tell people the idea of organizing photos is like watching paint dry, right? It's not very exciting sounding because it's not the why. The why is because in each of those photos is a story, it's a memory, it's a connection, it's a feeling, it's historical information, and so much more. We take photos and videos to tell the stories of our lives. We save our kids' artwork, baby's first shoes, a favorite blanket, your grandmother's treasured teapot, right? Because they connect us to our history, to our family, and our memories. And today, we just have way too many of them. We have way too many printed photos, slides, and negatives from the past. They're trapped in fading albums or boxes and bins. How many of you, can drop a note in the chat if yes, this sounds familiar? You have old home movies on formats you can't view anymore. Who has a VCR tape or a camcorder, right? And our digital collections, they're just a mess. No one wants to weed through all those photos to find the ones that matter. And that is where we step in and help clients. So I just really wanted to make sure that you understood that there's a bigger why to this. And that really helps, I think, when you talk to people about why you do what you do, it'll help them understand better. So let me ask some of those questions I posted earlier. How can I start a business organizing someone's photos when my own photos aren't organized? If you know you want to start a business or add photo organizing, that's not an issue. But many members joke that their own photo collections, because they're too busy helping others, they haven't got their own done. I even hired one of our members to help me with my photos 2 summers ago because my son was getting married and I was too busy to do the work myself. I wanted a photo montage of his life and his fiance, and the photos need to be scanned, sorted, and organized so I can put them in a slideshow program with music. And I realized halfway through, there was just, I know how to do that. And I thought, well, of course I should do it myself. But there was no way that I was going to get that done. So yes, you can start a business without getting your own photos organized. Plus, starting a business organizing photos is about pricing your services, marketing, creating workflows, and setting yourself up for success. Some people said I joined the photo managers to get my own photos organized and I felt overwhelmed by all the training. That would be true because our focus is on helping hundreds of professionals around the world build successful businesses. That's why we host webinars on topics such as budgeting, marketing, and pricing. We have an annual educational conference where we introduce our professionals to exciting new technology and the companies who want to partner with them. So if you enjoyed excited to get your own photos organized, you would start to feel overwhelmed. So the best choice for you is going to come down to answering the following questions. Take a moment to answer true or false. My photos aren't organized, but I know I want to start a business helping families and businesses tell their stories with their photos, videos, and keepsake items. I am unsure if I want to start a business, but I do want to get my own photos organized so I can share my family stories. I already have a business and I want to add photo organizing as a service, but I need training and pricing and workflows and operations. 4, I am looking to earn additional income full-time or part-time doing work that is meaningful and creative. 5, I feel better knowing everything first before I'm comfortable telling people what I do. If your answers were mostly true, then you are our perfect fit to join our professional community. If your answers were false, then you belong in our photo managers and training program. If you were maybe, then the year-long program could be best for you because then you can discover the true answer to your true and false questions. So, our photo manager in training has a 1-year guided curriculum that includes on-demand courses on printed and digital photo organizing and scanning, access to 22 skill building webinars, monthly email prompts, virtual workshops, monthly networking meetings, and support if you choose to transfer your business. In our training library, we have digital photo organizing workflow, how to select a photo organizing system, archival science projects and practices, how to get your business, how to dedupe your photos, and things like that. We also give you exclusive discounts from some of our products by our key members and sponsors. And we have some great checklists. So you have accountability. We've got a roadmap that we have you go through so you can check things off. And throughout that process, you can have opportunities to learn from the photo manager's team about whether this is the right career for you. And as you grow in confidence, you can decide if you want to do this. So here's what's included, and you can read all of this on our website, but it's $299 to join for our 1-year photo manager in training. If you choose to upgrade at any point, we prorate your membership so you're not double paying. We have a spreadsheet filled out perfectly. So if you joined in October and in January decided we could quickly look and see what the difference in the cost would be, and we would just make that adjustment for you. Now, let's switch over though and talk about our professional level. We know that you have questions like who hires a photo manager? How much can you earn? What are the top services? And we now actually have new answers that this is the first time I'm actually presenting this to anybody, as you all right now, except for our members who have seen this. And so we did a survey, and I'm not going to go through the entire survey, but I'm going to give you a few highlights before we dive in. And Isabel's going to drop in the chat a link to the survey that you can download so you can go through this at your leisure and really take your time reviewing it. But the survey, we invited, oops, let me just go back for a minute before I have people reading the screen too. We had 571 members were invited to complete this survey via email. It had 20 questions designed to provide the insights and the demographics of who we are, who hires us, what kind of projects we have. And again, this is the first time I'm sharing it outside our community because I think it's really helpful. And also, we're really excited to do it again in January, when now that our members have seen the results, I think we'll have an even higher, over 50% is a really high number of people responding to a survey, but I think we'll even have a higher number. And some of this information will change even as I know the people that didn't answer in ways that are now ready to kind of help us really give a snapshot of this growing industry. So the survey was completed, like I said, by 313 people. That was 55%. Over 90% of the members that reported are college-educated women, age 40 and older, mostly living in the U.S. That's going to change a little bit. We're having our second conference in Amsterdam on Friday, which is our Europe group is gathering, and they have quite a few people coming. And so we are growing internationally. We have members, also have our Australian membership team thinking about starting their own conferences as well. Photo management is a part-time or full-time for 66% of the people that responded. And it's what they call a side gig or retirement career for 33%. Approximately 25% of the people were new to photo management and had been in business for less than a year. But 20% had been in business over 10 years, suggesting the potential of photo management to be it just proves that it's a long-term viable career. I know a lot of these members, of course, that have been doing it for over 10 years. And they are really the pioneers in the industry and have created a lot of the training and support. But we have over 20% of our member community that answered this survey have been in business over 10 years. Now, this is important to know. Most respondents have repeat clients, and they average two to three new clients per month. So if you're thinking about this, I think the key part about the repeat clients is wonderful because You don't have to, once you build your business and you're well known in your community and people kind of know, and that takes time, doesn't happen overnight. People come back to you over and over and over again with projects. So a lot of our members have a significant flow of not just new customers, but existing old customers coming back to them on a regular basis. Over 40% responded that their top 3 services that they provide are digital and print photo organizing and scanning. They were also reported as the most profitable by 30%. The rest of them, though, were making photo books, photo montages, all sorts of different services that you can see again if you download the report. Their customer most of the customers are clients, were married women age 50 or older. So if you're wondering who your target market could be, that's a good number to know. Many projects are unique in terms of the time they require to complete. 26% or so require 20 or more hours, but most require between 2 weeks and 2 months to complete. Our members reach over 3.5 million contacts every, in terms of reach that we have, because everybody has their own Facebook pages and things like that. So they're reaching a lot of different people. So I just wanted to share that with you again. The first time I'm doing that, you can download it and read more about it. But I do think those numbers are really interesting. So let's talk about what is the advantage of joining the Photo Managers. We kind of say it's a business in a box. What it really is 14 years of experience helping people build successful businesses doing this. And we have what we call the 5 C's, because everybody needs an acronym, right? We have our core foundation, we have credibility, community, competency, and collaboration. So what do we mean by core foundation? Education really is the core foundation of who we are. It's what makes us a unique organization and one that people stay members of year after year after year. Because we know that most people don't come to us knowing how to do this. So we have a series of core courses. They are organizing your clients' printed photos, building blocks of digital photo organizing, the Photo Organizing Business Foundations course, how to scan photos, slides, and negatives, printed photo organizing made easy, and soon to come on is converting home movies. That would be our last core course that we're going to have as part of our core curriculum. This is on-demand learning. When you join, you get a username and password. You'll have access to our Photo Managers Academy, and you'll be able to start taking these classes immediately. But we also do many monthly training webinars, and you have access to our entire training library of any course that we've ever, or webinar that we've ever done. Now, certification is something really critically important. We established this early on because we knew that this is personal work, and people need to know and feel confident that the person that they're hiring. So the only way that you can be found on our search directory is as a professional once you become certified. And our members, we can't guarantee it, but our members report getting many leads from our website. We also send a quarterly email out on your behalf to our entire non-member list, telling them about hiring. We just got a great note yesterday in an email from somebody telling us how excited they were to hire one of our members based on that email that we had sent. So once you're certified, now people always say, how long does it take? It's not a very long course because we're teaching you best practices. What takes time is actually doing the process of following all the best practices and completing a project from start to finish, somebody that is not a family member, but a paid client. And then you upload your documentation to us, we review it. We also check your references. We call and talk to your client. And then you have an interview with me, you agree to our code of ethics. And at that point, you're certified. Some people do it in 3 months. Some people do it in 6 months. Some people take a year. It doesn't really matter. We don't really, it's just something that you want to set a goal towards, but it really does increase your credibility. Now, our partnerships is another unique part of our organization. We have wonderful partnerships with Archival Methods, which has amazing archival storage, photo boxes and things like that you can get up to 40% wholesale pricing on. Milio Photos is a digital software program that has a certification and training program, and they are sending clients to our members once you become proficient in their software. It goes on and on, right? There's lots of different companies here, and they're excited to partner with you and get to know you. And so you can see a sample of our guide by holding up the QR, by going on that QR code there. So what's included in professional membership? Everything that you kind of need. We have our business in a box kind of idea, those core curriculum, and our community. If I don't talk about our community, I'm really missing out. We have, and we believe there's some core values that we have. A rising tide lifts all boats, and we're collaborative, not competitive. We have an amazing community that helps answer each other's questions in real time, all the time. On our private Facebook group, we have a new series that we're rolling out starting this month called Ask Me Anything, where 3 of our professionals will be coming on a panel discussion. And so the first one at the end of this, or the middle of this month, is how do I get my business started and find clients? And then we have it spread throughout the year. So we're always looking to support our members and help you be as successful as possible. The cost for membership is only $175 per quarter, or you could pay for the whole year in advance at $599. So it's amazing the amount of value that you get as far as being a member. I always say the only time you should leave membership is because you're no longer doing this, not because we're not providing you with the services and support that you need to have a successful business. You can see a comparison chart here if you're confused or you still need a little bit of understanding, or what are the 2 different benefits to membership, whether it's the photo manager and training or our professional membership. We also have a business membership that is really good for companies that have clients. Like I was mentioning, I was at those senior move managers, or I was with residential organizers who have teams, and they can also join as a business, and they can have their team members get certified as well. So we have those 3 options as a way for you to get started. If you're joining internationally, we do offer a 10% discount due to the exchange rate, because we understand the difficulties sometimes being with US, we only work in US dollars. So our Canadians really appreciate that, and our European members, Australian members, it's a really great opportunity for them as well. So I don't remember if I mentioned at the beginning about a special offer. I'll go through that in a minute, because everybody loves a special offer. So we always do build something into these presentations. But our goal is to make sure that you achieve what you want. If you want an organized photo collection just for yourself and your family and friends, maybe join our photo manager and training. But if you want to start earning income, helping others, then you definitely want to join at the professional level. You can also please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe. We just passed 3,000 subscribers. We're pretty excited about that. There, we also have lots of presentations. Every month I do a career advice from a pro. You can go back and listen to quite a few interviews of all the different backgrounds that people come to this business from people who do it as a family, solo entrepreneurs, people who only focus on Apple Photos, people who only do photo books every month. And I ask the same 5 questions. How did you decide to join? So how did you decide to start this as a business? What do you love about your business? What don't you like about your business? Because this is a business. And so there's things you're going to love and things you're going to not love. How did you find your first clients? And what are the advantages of being a member of the Photo Managers? So I highly recommend, if you haven't checked out our YouTube channel, you go ahead and do that. Plus, we also have a lot of great little training on, how to organize your photos if you're on a PC, or how to organize your photos if you're on a Mac, and lots of different things like that. This is another opportunity, a way we highlight our members. It's the people who present are all our members, and it's another way we lift you up, lift your credibility up, your expertise as you become more confident in the work you do. We would happily invite you to be a presenter on our YouTube channel. So we have a 1-week special offer just to give you just a little bit of an extra push. It expires on October 8th. It's actually my daughter's birthday at midnight. If you join our photo managers in training, you'll be entered to win one of 2 Nix Play digital photo frames. They're $2.99 each. That's a great holiday gift, or if you don't have one yourself. A lot of people will return their clients' photos back to them on a digital photo frame. It's just a really great way to wow people once all those photos they've never seen are suddenly scanned and available to them again. If you join at our professional level, we have 3 very popular breakouts from our conference that you'd have to normally pay for. It's $150 value. How to use a CRM, that's a customer relation management tool, to generate sales right away and to grow your business. That's something you're going to want to do, and this is a great training on that. How to celebrate a person's life before and after they pass away. We're finding a lot of our members are doing a lot of work in the legacy space. And then what is best? What is the best photo organizing software or program to use? We get so many questions about that, and there are quite a few of them. So we kind of take you through the process and give you an overview. So those would all be included in your membership. And so you have 1 week to think about this and make that decision there. So I think that is my last slide until we go to questions. So I am going to stop sharing my screen and oops, sorry, gotta find my little stop share button there. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to come back off. Let's see. I can't. Things in the way of letting me turn on my video. There we go. I'll turn my video back on so you can all see me. And whoops. Okay. There we go. I can't see myself. What is that? Something's in my view there, but hopefully you can all see me.
It looks like it's the wrong camera or something, Kathy. But while you're
Yeah.
getting that sorted out, if anyone has any questions, you can add those to the chat, and we'd be happy to answer those. Questions about the program itself, our pro membership, our photo manager and training membership, or any questions about getting started. Some general questions that people often have are about startup costs and what to expect in terms of the cost to start a photo organizing business. I'm going to put in the chat another resource that we have for that.
I do such a good job that there's no questions here. I'm just switching I don't know why my camera starts. So if there's a mess behind me, ignore it. So I just moved back into a home office, so I'm still putting everything together here.
Michelle wants to know more information about our annual conference.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. It'll be in San Diego this April. And it's we give $50 off to all our new members for registration because you missed the early bird registration. We always feel like that's not fair to you. But we're right now going through all our breakouts. So we have different tracks for different experience level. And we have all our exhibitors are there. You get to meet all our exhibitors. We're going to do probably we're looking at doing a cruise around the harbor there. We always have like a dinner dance party. It's just a great time. We have amazing speakers. Our members that come to conference, it really is a game changer for them, and they come year after year. We make it really fun. It's very educational. It's taught by our subject matter experts. You have a choice of 4 breakouts. I think, over we have 20 breakouts, right? So over 6 different breakouts. The good news is we record, or 5, Isabel's giving me the hands up. I got to remember that. The good news is we record all the breakouts, so you have lifetime access to them. So if you're not ready or you're not ready to learn all about what's new in, on the Mac or iPhotos or something like that, you can go back and watch that at a later time, so you don't have to miss anything. It's all included in the membership, included in conference registration. So we'd love to have you. It's a great event, and we are busy planning that right now because April sounds like a long time away, but it's really not.
And Lori's asking if the courses we include with membership cover how and where to find clients. And I can share a little bit about that. We do have the Business Foundations course, and that has a whole module on finding clients, choosing your services, sort of starting your photo organizing business. And then we have a few other sort of one-off training webinars that have focused on marketing and getting clients.
And then this October, right? The Ask Me Anything isn't the first one about finding clients. And
yeah, the first one that we're doing this month is about finding clients, business startup strategies, and basically what to do when you're getting started and the steps to get started. Laura is saying she purchased the DIY digital and print organizing course bundle. Are the courses as part of the photo manager and training program different? I will say that the print course is the same, but the digital course is not. So the print course is the same. But other than that, the scanning course is brand new and only available through the membership.
All right. Any more questions? A quiet group. Well, it's one thing. Oh, Lori's not very familiar with Apple. Yeah, that's okay. We have our members who are very familiar with Apple and do quite a bit of training on that. We do have more advanced courses that are an additional fee. Paul Aronson is our kind of Mac genius, and he talks a lot. But we do have a webinar coming up in November because of the big change that Apple just made, and we knew that, and we knew you needed to be ahead of your customers who are probably frustrated with maybe not being able to see their photos on their Apple library or different things like that. You can start with just being familiar with working with a PC and learn the Apple ecosystem if you want. And so we stress a lot, do what you love and outsource the rest. You're not going to be able to do all the services that a lot of people, when they start, they think about the banquet of services. I'm going to offer scanning, I'm going to offer this and that. But as they mature in their business, they start to find the areas that they are most passionate about and really enjoy. And then we have wonderful reciprocal relationships, a lot of our members. So some of our members outsource all their digital organizing to a couple different members, or some of our members outsource their scanning, home movie conversion. And so it works really well as a kind of a large community that you have resources that other people can do the work that you're more like a general contractor. Think about, you're not putting in the plumbing, you're not laying down the hardwood floors, you're not doing all of those things. You're going to be, and you're the trusted advisor to your client. So they trust that you are going to give them the right referral to the work that you don't want to do or can't do.
Kathy, can you elaborate on the competition in the photo organizing industry and why now is a good time to start this business?
There is no competition. Honestly, it's the reason now is, first of all, we're kind of getting past that stage of like, you do what, or I've never heard of such a thing. I mean, you still get a lot of that. People say, I had no idea there was such a thing as a professional photo organizer. But people always say, oh my God, I need you. Because they now, where when I first started this, there was some of that, but it was still kind of like, people will pay you for that. But we have more than enough proof of concept, which is why that survey really is helpful. And right now, in terms of the key target demographic, we mentioned, it wasn't surprising, is really, I mean, there's multiple, some of our members work with young families, moms with, 2 kids and no time. And they just go in and they do a maintenance program on all their photos, and they do a family photo book for them once a year. But you're going to find that a large amount of your clients are in that stage of life where they straddle the analog and digital world. So all their children's photos, or they've inherited their parents' photos, were analog, all their old home movies and things like that. They are looking maybe to downsize. They care about telling their legacy stories. They know nobody cares about seeing all those photos, and they're desperate to get some help. They're the key demographic right now. 10,000 people a day turn 65 and will for the next 8 years. So it's a huge growing, they call it the tsunami of stuff, as people are moving and changing. And so those are perfect demographics. Some of the jobs our members have been doing, we do what we call a High Five Friday on our Facebook group, where people share the projects they're doing. It's been amazing how many people are doing letters from World War I or letters from World War II. They're scanning letters. They're, doing all sorts of work like that. So it is, and also look in your community. I mean, there's probably nobody, there may be one or two. I mean, I'd be surprised. You might have 1 or 2 members, if possible, in your community. The other thing is, you can only work with about maybe 3 to 4 clients a month to be efficient at this. Some of our members I was just with this weekend, she has I think a 6-month back waiting list. So she's as busy as she wants to be. She does it full time. If people join or they want to have a project, she says, I'll start your project in 6 months. The good news about that is, a lot of times people haven't been doing anything with these projects as it is. So it's better, they're more than willing, unless there's a time, there's a wedding or an anniversary or a holiday gift or things like that. A lot of times people can wait. So I hope I gave you enough information there. I do have some additional statistics somebody had sent me on the growing digital need, and I just haven't even read through those yet, but that's just the analog media. The digital media need is just enormous.
And then there was a question about pricing your services. Is that something that's covered in the training? And do most photo managers have similar pricing structure, or does it tend to vary a lot by experience and location?
We recommend that you start with, what is the going rate, hourly rate, for a service provider in your community? And you can do your research on that. Like, what does a bookkeeper charge, a residential organizer, maybe a senior move manager? What is a massage therapist? You're going to find that there's going to be an hourly rate. It's going to range anywhere from a low, probably a 55 or 60 at this point, in a more rural community, to 125, 140, 150, or even higher in, bigger markets. And that's your starting point, because remember, when you're charging hourly, that has to include the time it's taking you to, right now, to be on this webinar, watch the training. You're not being paid by an employee, you're paying yourself. And then a lot of our members do package pricing, and we do go over that, estimating. These are always big questions. There's an art and science to it. We do the best we can to give you the guidance, and you'll get better and better at it as you go. We recommend that you start out by maybe going through your own photos, timing yourself. A lot of people do charge a per piece for scanning, like maybe $1 anywhere from a low of 75 cents to maybe $1.25 per scan, to give you an idea about that. Anywhere from $20 to $30 for a home movie conversion. We talk about white glove service, people offer pickup and delivery. So again, we'll walk you through all that, and you'll start to set your price and get more comfortable with it. But there is a learning curve for sure.
Jessica has a question. I think Jessica's a residential organizer based on this, but where do you start with a 65-year-old who's overwhelmed with their tsunami of photos, digital and physical? She just helped organize their bedroom and had boxes and boxes of memories. She's not currently offering photo services, but is interested in adding it in the future.
Okay, the first thing you would do is we didn't even get into all that. We have a client needs analysis. All these documents already are part of your membership. You can just download it and put your logo on it. You're going to want to sit down with that client, and you're going to want to say, you want to do a needs analysis. If I could wave a magic wand over all these photos, what would the end result look like? So you want them to start to verbalize and explain to you what it is that they want. And if they don't, you can start to cue them with some ideas. Would you like to just have, some of the photos that you care most about to pass down to the next generation? So you're going to start by doing a lot of asking questions, and from there you're going to help provide solutions. I don't know. Some people say, I don't want any photos thrown away. Some will say, I'm happy to allow you to go through those photos and curate the collection. We believe that you should only keep about 20% of the photos that tell the story and eliminate about 80%. That doesn't mean you're going to throw them away. That means that you can put them back in boxes and they can eliminate them. But what you would want to do with her is obviously to get her to help, and then you will do a family timeline. I'm not going to get into all the details, but we'd walk you through the whole process of how you can go through those photos, find the ones that matter the most, scan them, and then return them back to her on a digital photo frame or in a family photo album or in an online photo sharing gallery where her children and family members could add photos and things. So it's doable, and that's an ideal client.
And is there a set schedule for the monthly Zooms and roundtables for professional members, days and times? Priscilla's curious to see how much it would mesh with her schedule.
Why don't you ask that, Isabel, because we work on this all the time, especially with time zones and everything.
Yeah, so time zones is always a challenge, but we do have a calendar in the an events calendar in the membership site that we update at the beginning of each month, and it covers the events that we have coming that month, both time and date, and you can register for those ahead of time. Generally speaking, we do our webinars at 1 p.m. Eastern time, but sometimes it's been pushed to 2 p.m. and then in October we have a few actually at 4 p.m. The co-working sessions are usually at 2 different times to allow for people that might be working during the day and can only do their business work as they're getting started in the evening. So we do try to, work around multiple time zones, but we generally will do most of our webinars during the day around, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern time.
But everything is recorded and available immediately in in the training library. But we do have the roundtable, like Isabel said, in some evenings, because we do know. And also we have regional groups. We didn't even mention that too. You'll be joined by a regional meeting wherever you live in the US or the world. They meet once a month. They're volunteers, and it's a great chance for those kind of regions to get together. And they have been experimenting with different times as well to make sure they can accommodate different people's work schedules.
And Lori, yes, there is a Facebook group for professional members, and it's often been, Cathi can talk a little bit more about it, but it's often been termed the TPM Genius Bar, sort of like the Apple Genius Bar, where it's just a group full of lots of tech support all the time. Sometimes it can be overwhelming when you're first getting started, going in there and seeing the wealth of knowledge and everything that people know, but it's also a great resource to get questions answered from people that have more experience than you do. And it's a great community to connect with others in and make friends.
Very welcoming. Yeah, everybody will welcome you. We, every month we average about 15 to 20 new members a month. So every week, we welcome new members, and a lot of the members are always, welcome. We're so glad you're here. It's a great, read through, take your time, answer. We're here to answer all your questions. So really it is like that idea of a rising tide lifts all boats. We're collaborative and not competitive. There's no reason to be competitive. Also, the fact that I don't know all of you that are on here, but I'm going to guess if you're even here in the first place, you probably are curious about people. You must love photos and videos at some level. You're probably, the family maybe historian, or the person who knows the stories of the people around you. And just by nature, we're a very giving group. It just tends to be, I think, that's people that are drawn to this when you're working with a client, to be able to take that time to listen to their stories, maybe ask that extra question, feel compassion for what they're telling you about. That makes for a really nice group of people. And that's who the photo managers are. It's really a really wonderful, warm community. And we have found each other, like-minded friends. A lot of great friendships have been made by members throughout the years, and many of their best friends have been made through the organization. All right, I think that's the last of the questions. So thank you so much for joining us again. We'd love to welcome you to membership. We have our special deal for 1 week. We do that regularly because people love to have a push to be motivated to say yes to something. Again, I would recommend too, if you're thinking about it, Lucia, we'll talk to you about that in a second, but I'll answer forever. But if you're thinking about it too, ask your family and friends. Say, you sat in on this webinar, more and more people are doing it. What do they think about it? I think you'll be surprised. Sometimes you might get your first client right off the bat. And if we didn't answer a question, like Isabel said, send a note at support. Forever.com is we have many companies who are a different tool in your tool chest. Forever is an online photo privacy, it's an online storage account where you can make photo books and all sorts of things. If people join that, it's just something that it's optional, but it's not that we are not a member of Forever or anything like that. They're just one option out there. They are more like a direct sales model where there's a commission structure and things like that. So many of our members use it for their low tech members, and it's one tool in their tool chest. There's lots of other great products as well that you'd be exposed to. But it's certainly if it's something you enjoy working with and you're interested in that product, many of our members also offer Forever. Okay, thanks, Isabel, for answering our questions today. Thank you all for joining us, and we look forward to welcome you, I hope, to community at some point. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.